Welcome back to the Riggy Report. My name is Riggy. So earlier today, President Joe Biden finally released his student loan debt forgiveness plan. And a lot of people have a lot of conflicting ideas and conflicting opinions about this plan. What we're going to do is I'm going to give you the rundown. So the very first thing is he extended for the final time the grace period for student loan borrowers. So student loan repayments are going to have to restart January 2023. So for the last couple of months of the year, if you have a student loan, you don't have to worry about paying it. Come January though, you do have to start making payments. This is targeted for low-income families. So if you were making less than $125,000 as an individual, or $250,000 as a family, as a unit, married, then you would qualify for this debt relief program. So if you just have public debt, so this can't be a student loan that you got from like a bank or from like a private lender. This has to be a publicly owned debt. So the U.S. government has to own the debt. Then you get $10,000 forgiven. And if you receive the Pell Grant. So a lot of people don't know what a Pell Grant is. A Pell Grant would be if you applied for financial aid. So if you filled out a FAFSA application and you got money using the FAFSA application and not just scholarships, then you did have a Pell Grant. So you would qualify for $20,000 forgiveness, which is pretty good. If you owe less than, let's say, the $10,000, let's say you only have an $8,000 balance, that $8,000 balance gets canceled automatically. There's nothing that you have to do. If you already made, like, let's say you were making extra payments, you actually don't get a refund. So let's say you had like a $12,000 loan, but you only have an $8,000 balance and you already made the payments. Unfortunately, you do not get a refund. The money's paid. Take the L. A lot of people have been asking, how do I know that, my loans will be forgiven? How do I know, like what the process is going to be? So if the U.S. Department of Education already has your information, then it should process automatically whenever they get to it. So if you're service provider, a lot of people who have loans that are serviced by the U.S. Department of Education, if your provider is Nelnet, then more than likely they already have your information, because Nelnet is one of the bigger ones that is used by the U.S. Department of Education. Otherwise, there is a link that I'm linking in this video as well as in the comments below and in the description that's going to show you where to go to do the application. And it's also going to give you a link so you can register to get alerts whenever they update anything, so you can stay informed and you can have your debt forgiven, because who wouldn't want that, right? Another thing about this new plan is it only requires borrowers to pay no more than 5% of their discretionary monthly income. And this is because of the rising inflation. Everything is more expensive, so they're allowing you to pay a little bit less of your income so you can have more money to live on. Before, the minimum was 10%, now it's 5%, okay? And if you are a student loan borrower and you're making less than $15 an hour minimum wage, then you would not have to make any payments at this time. So a lot of people have been upset at this because the idea is basically, if I have my student loans and I already paid them, it's not fair. Or like, why should we have to, pay student loans for somebody else? Like, a lot of people are upset that their tax dollars are going towards someone else's student loans, someone else's education. But the way I feel about it is, like, the government has been spending billions and billions and billions of dollars to like other nations for like years. Like, look at how much money they sent to the Ukraine. Like sure, whatever, they need the money, but it's our tax dollars. They're spending money that we're gonna have to pay back anyway. So I don't really see it as, a bad thing to help out other Americans, to better the country, to help us as a people, like, release ourselves from debt. Because I know a lot of like people who have not been able to get like mortgages or car loans or anything because student loan is holding them back. So I feel like that's going to be a great step in the right direction. But I also feel like it is a last minute vote grab, because student loan forgiveness was something that Biden promised on his campaign trail, and he's been very slow to move his feet to actually get to it. But a lot of people are very, very, very divided on this. Some people love it. Some people absolutely hate it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will be more than happy to converse with you, to hear your thoughts, and I will see you guys on the next one.